All right, everyone. Now, just for your information, I'm doing this on an iPad. However, the process is pretty much the same regardless of whether you're on iOS, Android, doesn't matter the screen size. The process is pretty much still the same. There are a few programs we're going to be switching between to do this trip planning process. I am going to first open up Excel. Now, I have Microsoft 365, which allows me to have Office on a bunch of different devices and access to everything that Office has to offer. If you do not want to have Office, if you're like one of those anti-Microsoft folks, whatever, I don't judge, I don't care. There are plenty of sources out there for Office type applications. You can use whatever your choice. Basically, all we're looking at is a spreadsheet. So I'm going to open up my Excel and I'm going to open up my trip planner. I've already put in here my stops that I need to make for this entire trip. We're going to be doing a full round trip from Pueblo, Colorado back to Pueblo, Colorado. We're basically going to be going outbound, dropping off some deliveries, then we're going to pick up a load at Landair, then we're going to drop it at Coque-Palmolive, and then we're going to pick up a backhaul coming back home from Joy Coat Company. The reason why I'm using this trip is I just did it recently, and I believe it really provides a good routing for trip planning. There's all kinds of stuff I had to do during this trip. It was not an easy trip by far. There was a bunch of scheduling overlap that happened, and I think this is a great choice for trying to work stuff out. Over on the right side, you see coordinates to entry. We're going to be going over that shortly, but left column, I have the date that I need to be there. The time, obviously, is the time that I need to be there. Helps if I don't have that little pop-up of thanks for popping up right in front of everything. All right, anyway, I'll just highlight the top one. Customer, the address, the city, the state, the zip code, and then of course the coordinates to entry. This is where I'm going to be using the second app that I want to use, and that is Google Maps. Google Maps here will have basically what I need to get the coordinates to the entry. I don't know if it's because I'm transmitting wirelessly, but it seems like the maps are taking a second to load. Anyway, here we are, Google Maps. I will be using this for a multitude of reasons. Reason number one, I'm going to use it to scout out the layout of the customer. Reason two, I'm going to find out the proper entry for the trucks to check into the customer, especially at larger facilities. And that is where I'm going to get the coordinates for that spreadsheet. And reason number three, I'm going to check out the reviews. I need to find out what I have to look forward to from the reviews, good or bad, to find out if there's anything I need to know about this customer. And that's where the review section comes in handy. So if I go back and I look at the first customer, South Coast Baking Company. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and search for that, South Coast Baking Company. There it is, South 40th Street, Springdale. Did it say Springdale? It said Springdale, Washington at first, I thought on the screen, but okay, anyway, here it is. It looks like a rather small facility. This looks very simple. All right. One entry, so that makes it easy. So the first thing I'm going to do immediately upon confirming that this is by location is I'm going to press and do a long hold at the entrance. And on the left side, you see I have a dropped pin. And down here, below that 5RH, look below the picture. It says that Springdale, Arkansas, and below that you see the 36.1781139, -9417463350. I'm going to tap that, and as you can see at the bottom, it says coordinates copied to clipboard. Great. Well, that makes it easy. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm simply going to paste. And now I have the coordinates to the entry. What does this do for me? When I get ready to enter this location into my GPS, I am not going to use the address. As a rule of thumb, I do not use addresses in my GPSs in the truck. I use both Rand McNally. I've got the TND 750 from Rand McNally running Rand 2.0. And I also use a Garmin. I run both GPSs at the same time. I'm running a Garmin OTR 700. on both GPSs, I enter these coordinates, and as a result, 99% of the time, I have zero issues getting right to where I need to go. If any of you guys out there have delivered to really large facilities, you probably had the frustration of coming to a customer, right? And your GPS is either taking you to a car entrance or taking you to a building that you're not even supposed to be at, and where you're really supposed to be is down the street, somewhere. So that's why I do this research first before my trip. I want the trip itself to be as smooth as possible. Do I spend extra time doing this like I'm doing in this video? Yes. Is it worth it? For me, yes. Next is, before we even leave this, I'm actually going to tap back on the South Coast Baking and check out the reviews. Let's see what the reviewers have to say. All right. Very friendly staff, awesome cookies. The only thing bad about trying to park your truck for delivery or pickup, very tight maneuvering for one dock to deliver. Receiving, there's 4 docks, no parking at the shipper. Next street over, there is parking. So if I was going to come and try and spend a night here, next street over. I don't know what he means by next street over. That could be any freaking direction. But I'm going to take a wild guess. It's probably going to be this long, empty street here. And yeah, there's like this little, something here, like a cul-de-sac. I don't know, but it looks like somebody made that a cul-de-sac before they put in more roads. Who knows? You might be able to tuck yourself in there or just parallel park along these fields here. That might be what they're talking about for overnight parking, but suffice it to say, just looking at the picture, you could tell there's not even any room to really overnight park in there anyway without inconveniencing somebody. So let's see, tight spot, no room for long-term parking, plenty of room to, grammar, to load and unload, as long as the employees are parked where they are supposed to. Friendly staff and quick loading. Showed up an hour late and went straight to a door. That's a promising sign. Unloaded me in 1 hour, also gave me free cookies. Lady at the front desk was very nice, love to come here again. Free cookies. 15 hours early for an 8 o'clock appointment, unloaded 4 hours late. There's a problem, short of people, employee don't want to come back to work, getting more money from unemployment when unemployment money stopped, don't rehire them. Wow, the problem in the typing on those sentences, though. But the good news is this person took some pictures. Awesome. So this gives me a good idea of the layout of the place, which is another, whoops, I tapped off of it. But this is one of the other reasons why I like to look at the reviews, is there's a lot of these drivers will take these pictures and kind of show you the layout. Oh, okay, so this is probably the side street he was talking about. Yep, looks like this is that street to the south that we were looking at, and it looks like he's sitting there and kind of looking over at the building across that field. So, okay, there we go. That kind of confirms that. Pixelated, I guess is it. Whoa, okay. Food Liner, I see them all over the place. There's the entrance coming in. Looks like there's some cross hashes. What I'm kind of looking for in this, whoa, cookies. Okay, big picture of cookies. Huge picture of cookies. Yep, it's a dock. Driver check-in. Okay, so it looks like, let's go back to this other review. I think I saw something there too. So driver check-in. So as you're facing in, it looks like if we come back in this corner here where this ramp is, that's going to be where the driver check-in is. Good to know. Okay, great. That's also something I like to research ahead of time too. I hate going to facilities and then trying to figure out where the hell the drivers are supposed to go. Now, at least on this building, they have huge black lettering on the side of the building. Big help. I love it when they do that because it just makes it so much easier on us to do our thing. No overnight parking, but I'm going to go to my spreadsheet and I'm going to put that note. No overnight parking. Okay. And then I'm going to, why did that come out in red text? That was weird. Anyway, what I like to do is I'll come down and I'm going to make this red. That shows me there's no overnight parking at that customer. Might be able to stay on that street nearby, whatever. I'll make a parking next street over. And because it's a spreadsheet, I tend to short type a lot, kind of keep stuff abbreviated or whatever. This is short notes for me. I'm not publishing this. I'm not trying to have other people understand what the hell my spreadsheet is. This is just for me. Let's move on. Ben E. Keith Foods. So, looks like there's a lot of locations for that. Where are we going? North Little Rock? So, North Little Rock. Let's see if we can find this place. 1 Benny Keith Way, North Little Rock, Arkansas. 1 Benny Keith. Yep, this is the place. Okay, so now I need to look around. This is what I was talking about from earlier. So as you can see, this is a larger facility. There's like multiple ways to get in. But there's a huge giveaway. Check this out. Truck staging area. Oh yeah, if that doesn't say truck insurance with the guard shack there, I don't know what does. So right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and copy these coordinates to my spreadsheet. And because that's a staging area, I'm going to guess there's probably going to be overnight parking. Let's go ahead and take a look. So let's grab Ben and Keith here and go to the reviews. This was one of the best places I've ever unloaded. Big sign that shows truck insurance, a bunch of overnight parking, extremely friendly guards, and very fast. We checked in at 6:40 a.m. for our 7 a.m. appointment. Got a call at 7 with a door. Got paperwork call in about an hour or so. Pulled back out to guard shack. They checked the trailer, and away we went. That's a promising sign. Yeah. They're lazy to give you the bills after unloading. You sit for hours before they give you the bills. Parking is good. No restrooms. Everybody's saying no restrooms, but they allow you to use the restrooms there. But anyway. So it's a mix, though. There's some good reviews. There's some bad reviews. But I got the information I need. What information do I need? I just want to know. There's overnight parking, and this is where I need to go. So I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet, and I'm going to put overnight parking. And I'm going to put that in green because that tells me right away there's overnight parking. Now, here's where this becomes important. You see this first one, I deliver at 2:22, right? And then Benny Keith is my first customer of the day. First customer of the day. What's that tell me? I'm going to take advantage of that overnight parking, and I'm going to go straight there during my trip. That's going to be important later on. Let's take a look at the next place. U.S. Foods in North Little Rock. So U.S. Foods North. Here it is, Fiber Optic Drive, North Little Rock. It's literally, if you look at it from Benny Keith, it's down the street for my first delivery. So this is pretty cool because not only do I get to start at Benny Keith with a fresh clock, but my next delivery is literally right down the street. Alright, zooming in and looking, you can tell there's only one way for trucks to get in and out. And looks like it's pretty easy to maneuver. I can't quite tell where the driver check-in is. Usually when they have little things like this that stick out, that's where the driver check-in is. We'll take a look here. But first, I'm going to go ahead and drop that pin, grab those coordinates, put the coordinates in my spreadsheet, go back over here to Google Maps. Let's take a look at the reviews. What I'm looking for, though, in the reviews, I'm trying to find out, what's their parking like, stuff like that. Now, this isn't my first or last delivery for the day, so the overnight parking is not really that important this time. So why am I looking so hard for it? Well, if I come back to this customer in the future and I reference my spreadsheet, because what I do in the spreadsheet is I actually have a tab down at the bottom for deliveries and backhauls, and on the deliveries tab, I keep a record of all the customers that I go to regularly. I keep a record of all the customers I deliver to. That way, if I get this again, I could just copy and paste the information, and I already have this. I don't have to do all this research again for this customer. No overnight parking, easy in and out. Okay, that's all I need to know. No. So I'll just do this the easy way. Copy and paste. No overnight parking. Next, Cisco in Knoxville. Cisco and Knoxville. All right, let's go there. Cisco, Knoxville. 900 Tennessee Avenue. Yep, that's the one I want. So, another large facility with, whoa, what the hell? It's like a freaking labyrinth. For one, we're probably going to end up using this exit to get in there. Looks like Johnson Street, probably. The Tennessee Avenue. And here's Tennessee Avenue with their addresses on. The question is, where do I go from here? Well, over here, this looks like all car parking. Looks like the truck. Well, jeez, could be. I'm going to guess by these tight turns we don't go this way. Oh, wait, I'm seeing a guard shack here. Yeah, it's going to be this way. So, all right. Let's drop a pin right here. All right, so I got the coordinates. Let's go ahead and take a look at the reviews. It can be a little slow down some days, but overall good place to deliver. Plenty of room to back. Only drawback is there is little to no parking outside the gate when you arrive. Stop on the right. Gate opens at 6 o'clock. That tells me right there. Boom. All right, stop on the right. So it looks like I'll be parking like along this edge probably when I get there. Because this is the next day now. This is going to be my first customer of the next day. So my goal, if they have overnight parking for the truckers, no overnight parking on the premises, but there are limited parking spaces available on the street leading up to the facility. Try to arrive an hour early as their late fees and lumber fees are high. High-vis vest recommended. Do not turn left on Sheridan, turn left on Tennessee. All staff is very friendly. Okay. So looking here. All right, here's that entrance where we were looking at on the map. Looks like all truck traffic following that Cisco truck to the left there. And I'm seeing some trucks parked along the edge up. See, yep. Here's kind of the area where we'll probably park overnight. Just got to get off a little bit so people can get around. Good to know. All right. Here's the entrance to the gate. All right. That tells me all I need to know. I'm just going to put overnight parking. Park on street. That works for me. Okay, next. By the way, at this point, I should be completely unloaded. Now I'm going to be going to pick up a load at Lander and Greenville. Lander, Greenville. I believe it's Greenville, Tennessee. Uh-oh. 1915 Snapsbury Road. Is it this one? Oh, that's Lander Way. Homer Cox Drive. Snapsbury Road. It doesn't have the address on the left, but when I zoom in, I see Snapsbury Road right here. And this is the facility. One of the dead giveaways is, this told me, because I'm all zoomed out here, so I couldn't really tell. But when I clicked on it, it said you visited 2 days ago, because that's when I was actually here. But if I didn't add that, I would probably just put in 1915 Snapsbury Road. There it is. And there it is. And then click on Lander Logistics to get the info. All right. So looking at this, you could kind of tell all the truck traffic and stuff is here. There's like an alleyway to the back here, but that looks all like kind of private-ish. And you also see a guard shack here. So that makes it obvious that this is the entrance here. Grab those coordinates. Coordinates copied to clipboard. Come over here. Paste. And good to go. All right, that is that. Now I know how to get there. Now let's find out about the place. Now it looks like there's like different businesses. There's a lot of places that use this, but we're picking up from Lander. So let's find the reviews for Lander. You can't sleep here. That's what I was looking for. You can't sleep here, so I'll never expect. So there's only one comment that really gives a hint as to whether there's no overnight parking. I gotta go with probably no, there's overnight parking. There seems to be this large lot up front though. I bet you could park there. There's not enough information, so I'm gonna leave that blank. There's just not enough information there. So something definitive. Colgate Palmolive. There it is, Ricks Mills Road, New Concord, Ohio. All right. Now, This place, by the way, is an NFI, is what it is. There's the Colgate-Palmolive is on the back area here, but it's an NFI facility pretty much. I will say from experience, having been here before, that none of the reviews will say this, but the whole place is one way. So you can only drive clockwise around this building. So you check in here at the guard gate, then you come to this little staging area where you go into the shipping receiving office to check in. In my case, they had me come all the way around to the Colgate-Palmolive area, and I unloaded here. Then I had to drive back here. Now, in order to keep from blocking the street, because there's no like side parking, see, I'm not afraid to walk. I would have loved to have parked here and just walked over to receiving, but you can't do that. So I had to turn left, put myself back in the staging area, go get my papers. After getting my papers, remember, it's a one-way only. You cannot go back out this way. So I had to once again drive all the way around this facility to stop at the guard shack to check out. It's really inconvenient. Why none of the reviews say this, I don't know, but that is how it is. Let's grab the coordinates, because I already know this is the entrance, and I already know that you guys are starting to get the idea by now as to what my procedure is. There is no overnight parking at this facility. I can already tell you that as well. So, okay, so no overnight parking. Let's take a look at the Colgate-Palmolive though, and go to the reviews, see what people are saying. Not even the Biden administration could run this place worse. Ouch. Okay. Truck driver, don't waste. Waste, W-A-I-S-T. Okay. Usually this is where I just stop reading a review, because if you can't even spell or use grammar, then you're not smart enough to write a review. Next, not bad, take a little time, no overnight parking. There's the no overnight parking. Rest area and love stop close to here. No overnight parking, no, that's all I really get out of the reviews, other than, general idea of how people's experiences are. Alright, and then last but not least, oh joy, great, here it is. Alright, now this is one that I love having for this video. Guys, I love having this facility for this video because this one is a great learning experience in multiple ways. First, pre-trip planning. We're looking at it and it looks kind of confusing. It looks like there's an entrance here that goes into the truck area. And up here, it looks like this is the car parking, right? Got kind of a lane that goes through there. But anybody looking at this would look at this and go, oh, I'm going to probably come in here then, because this goes around to back to the truck area and this is where we check in and stuff. That is absolutely not the case. And here's why. We're going to go ahead and drop a pin here. And I'm going to go into Street View. And I'm going to spin the camera around. Weight limit 10 tons and no trucks on that road. This is the road that leads around the back there. You cannot go that way legally. If anybody hangs a left turn here and goes that way, they're going to end up in trouble. Now, here's the thing. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the other app we're going to be using for this video, Trucker Path. All right, let's go ahead and go here. I'm going to close Trucker Path after this because I want to bring it up freshly. But here's the part where you can go way south really fast. And I was actually having a conversation about this on Discord a few days ago too, where some of my friends and whatnot were talking about how great Trucker Path is about showing the truck entrances and exits. And that is good. That is good. It's great to get that idea from Trucker Path, except in this case, it would get you in trouble. Look where they put the truck entrance and the truck exit. Valley View Road. Valley View Road is no trucks. You cannot go in this way. You have to go in here. So it can get kind of confusing. Now, I want to be clear. Joy-Con Company is an awesome place. The staff was very friendly. I love dealing with them. They were so cool. I just went there for the first time this week, and they're really nice people. But when you're researching it, if you've never been there before, and you have nobody else to talk to that has been there before and knows the facility, it can be very confusing. And this is why you have to do all your research first. So this is why if it gets confusing like this, you use Street View. Let's swipe away Trucker Path. and come back here. Now, let's assume I've not opened up Trucker Path or know any of that information yet, and I'm just trying to figure this out. Well, okay, so I'm looking at two possible ways to get into this, and that's it. This is when I would go into the Street View. And this is when I would be like, okay, well, let's check out this road. Let's go up here. Driving. Whoa, what's this on the right? Oh, no. No trucks? Uh-oh. Well, I can't go that way. So let's actually come out of Street View. Let's come over here. Let's drop a pin. And, oh, here's the entrance to the place. It looks legit. Looks like you could get a truck through there easy. Let's take a look at the sign. The problem with Google, though, is a lot of times they'll blur out stuff. Because, I don't know, copyright, or they just don't want to. Oh, here's a sign on the side of the building. Joy-Con Company Shipping and Receiving has an arrow pointing upward that way. Employee parking and visitor parking. All right. You know what, by the way? When I went there last time, I did not see this. I did not even know this sign. I genuinely, until I'm shooting this video as we speak, did not know that sign was there. So, cool. I just learned something new. Out here on the street, we just have a sign that just says Joy-Con Company. There's nothing else really marking it. And actually, when we zoom out, that sign kind of isn't easy to see. We can see kind of why I missed it. It's not very big. And it's like over there on the corner of the building. Like, what? If they would have had it like maybe on a post here, like see where that lighter green bush is on the end there? That would be a perfect place to post that, because then you're kind of coming to the entrance and it's like, oh, shipping, receiving that way. All right, great. Now you can't see it because the picture is so blurry and I'm zoomed in, but you see back there that white sign on the side of the building. That sign also says shipping, receiving, and so that gives you a good hint that, you know, this is where I need to be. So with that said, we're going to come out and I'm going to grab these coordinates here. These are the coordinates I want to go to this place. Paste. And come back here. Let's go ahead and re-click on Joy-Con Company and take a look at the reviews. My appointment for pickup time was 10 a.m. Loaded and rolling by 11:30 a.m. Fast and friendly. Took forever to load, almost 3 hours. Overnight parking available. Very friendly staff. Had appointment for 5 p.m. Arrived early in the morning at 7 a.m. and they loaded me at 10:30 a.m. Awesome. But there's my queue right there. Overnight parking. And they do. They have plenty of parking. I ended up parking in this row right here. I don't know if they have a preferred spot for trucks to park, but when I woke up in the morning, I checked in. My appointment was supposed to be for 10, but I checked in like around 7, and they did have me out of there like within an hour. It was nice. So, and they didn't tell me I wasn't supposed to park in that spot. So there it is. So I'm going to copy and paste overnight parking. And that makes it official. So now I have all the information about the customers. I have coordinates, I have addresses, I have times. Now it's time to start planning the trip.